What is up there, Team Enigma? Golfy's Enigma here. Coach of your MPA Hampshire Hunters week. MPA Hampshire Hunters, we are on week 10 of the MPA. It is finally here. And I'm just throwing this together because the battle that I actually had with, which was supposed to be against Huntsville Houndooms, actually happened, but in the middle of it, we had a disconnect, and we both agreed as it was going, as the battle was unfolding, I should say, that I was gonna outright win because he had a laddie ass left on about 25% HP. And a Whimsicott that was at max health, and I still had my Mega Charizard, which was still at about half health. Then I had my Tyrantrum at max HP, and my Heracross at max HP. So what I'm going to do, instead of calling that match, because as I said we agreed that I was going to win, if you look below the actual layout itself, you'll see the 6 Pokemon that we chose this week. After I play this match, I am going to show you what we are running on this week to prepare for him. So stick about for that. But essentially what happened was we lost Mandibuzz, Uxie, and we also lost Caracosta. And it resulted in the final 3. Mostly it was all down to Charizard because it was heavily winning and kicking some butt. But because last week we had the forfeit and this week we had the disconnect, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit here pardon me, and call the match with a fellow streamer who essentially helped me team build these last 2 weeks because of the fact that my normal AC, Child of Disorder, had other commitments such as exams and finals to prepare for, so he couldn't help me team build much. So I thought, okay, let's think. I got a long list of battling friends, but who do I put near the top of that stuff, who I felt I could go to who wouldn't be busy? And it came down to a fellow streamer, a friend of mine called Nikki, and this is going to be mine and her battle here. So I'm going to call that instead, which is a shame because I would have loved to have called the other match, even with that little bit of stall that happened between Charizard and Whimsicott. Basically, Whimsicott was setting up subs and Charizard was just flamethrowing them down. And as you can see, Nikki's running Charizard Y as well as me. Like I said, I'm going to call this match anyway. That way I've got some sort of match call to make up for last week as well. She's using my own draft pick, Charizard, against me, which is kind of ironic since Charizard is on this team. And she's going straight for the Air Slash. I know I can take that damage, but Uxie is going to flinch as well. I'm trying to set up the rocks. It's not happening first turn, so I'm going to have to just wait it out and try next step. She goes for another Air Slash. Is it going to be double flinch? Nope, Thunder Wave. I'm going to slow it down, which is going to be very, very handy later on if I remember rightly. This battle happened a few weeks ago. And I always keep a few battles like this in the backup in case something happens in the stuff like this, in a case where the battle actually disconnects. And neither one of us have the time to try and recreate the match and get back to where we were. So now I've got my rocks up. Her Charizard is literally just going to Heat Wave and take out my Uxie. Uxie's going to get out of there. It's dead. But it did what I need to do. It slowed down the Charizard, and it's also got the rocks up. With that drought there, I'm just going to try and hit the head smash from my Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum gladly hits that damage and takes out the Charizard right off the bat. Charizard was not going to live that head smash no matter what. Now, in comes Tantor, which is her Dunfin, which is ironically named after the elephant in Tarzan, for those of you that have actually seen Tarzan. So I go ahead and switch into my SWAT Turtle. And it's, well, Tantor is just going to be there to Rapid Spin. I don't think I've got anything else I can set up rocks, so I'm literally just going, okay, what can I do, what can I do? The sunlight's gone now. Nikki's going to do the switching out, and obviously my move missed just then. And she's going to send in Neptune, which is her Gastro. So I'm going to try, I knew she was going to switch, so I was going to get my cheeky Shell Smash, increase my stats, and then use the White Herb to put the stats that were lost back to where they were. There goes the White Herb. And now I'm just going to strap Stone Edge. It's going to do about 30% plus, maybe 40 at a push. And then she's going to overpower herself, super effective damage, and we're going to be level 8%. I'm going to do another stage, it's going to miss, and Neptune is going to recover that 40% damage I just took. So I'm like, okay, I'll switch out. That way I've got a free switch later on for Swamp Turtle, and I'm going to go straight into Lizard Lad, our Charizard, which actually, the week of the actual MPA match of this week against Scooter, it actually did kick some ass. And as per MPA rules, I've got to Mega my Charizard first turn, which is what you're about to see. And with that, Nikki is going to also bring in Azumarill. I'm going to kick into Mega Mode as required. And if I were smart enough, I should have roosted. I'm not sure if I did. We're about to find out. And I roosted. I was right. That was the only thing I could do because I knew she was going to... I thought she was actually going to stay in and scold at this point. So there's the little HP recovery. I'm going to hit that Lizard Lad with a Solar Beam. No, Lizard Lad is going to hit the Azumarill with the Solar Beam, and then she reveals Sap Sapper, which is like, oh shit, I've just given this thing a boost. Which I can see why she would do that, because she knows my Charizard mainly runs Solar Beam if I need it. So right now I'm doing a double take. I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What have I got on? What have I got on my team that takes down Azumarill? Those skull damage is doing very little right now, so I'm just going to switch out and sack the Swamp Turtle so I can get a free switch in, which is the smart play to do, I feel at the time. We did some smart plays like that this week where I let Caracosta die, I let Mandibuzz die, and I let Uxie die, but Uxie managed to actually take a Pokemon with it when it died this time. And this week I think it took out... Hang on, let me just bring it up on this document, because I normally write down what happens. And Marin's going to use Brick Rank on the Durant, and the Durant's going to take that easy. And naturally she's going to switch. Uxie took down CYBERNightmares Darmanitan. This week, CYBERNightmare, he brought Darmanitan, Regirock, Porygon Z, Electivire, Whimsicott, and Mega Latias. And he only managed to get 3 kills, which was our Uxie, Mandibuzz, and Caracosta, as I said. Which wasn't too bad, in essence. But after this match, I will show you the actual team that we were running this week, so you can sort of get a view of what we had planned, because we were mainly trying to focus on the Whimsicott and the Mega Latias. I was worried about Weavile. Luckily, he didn't even bring it, which I've only just noticed. So I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp that. I'm gonna Wisp Marin. Marin is gonna start taking burn damage, and then I'm literally just gonna roost up and let the burn do its thing, taking it out. Marin is gonna Skull. It's not gonna do much because the sun's up. It's weakened. It's gonna take burn damage. I can effectively just sit here and roost stall if I need to, or I can go ahead and like I said, I'm just gonna sit here and roost stall. I don't have nothing to lose by this. I can just sit here and take this. And there you have it. Like I said. But I have to admit, CYBERNightmare, when I battled him this week, it was a good battle, a good strong battle. It couldn't have gone either way though, because it literally got down to the point where, as I said, his Latias, Mega Latias, was at 25% HP, his Whimsy was at full, my Charizard had more than the Flamethrowers to outstall its sub, and on top of that, Charizard also managed to hit a D-Pulse in on the Whimsicott, which, in on the, Mega Latias, sorry, which I'll get into after this battle's done, so you can sort of look at the team as well. So this is a little bit of a team builder as well, but I'm not going to divulge heavily into what I had planned for what counters to do what. Durant's going to take that Skull. Durant is gone. I didn't even see much of Durant. I don't know if Durant actually did anything in this. So in comes Lizard Lad, resetting the sun, and it's like, ha, I'm back, bitch, and I'm here to kick your ass. Now for an easy little roost up, get some more HP recovery back. As you've seen, Charizard do a lot in this battle. Because when I battled Nikki, I treated it like it was an MPA battle. I went all out on it, and I tried my best to win. And give Nikki my all. Because it's only fair, right? It's only fair that I give her the best that I can give. And in comes Solar Beam on the Momo, which shouldn't do much. Nah, not even 25% of HP, look. And she's going to Volt Switch. I'm going to take damage. I'm going to take a lot of damage for that. But I'm going to survive. Momo's going to go back. I'm pretty sure she just did that to get some quick electric damage on us. And Wash does a switch inside and stuff. I'm gonna risk more HP back because Charizard needs that high HP. It's a little bit frail, yes. Its special move pool is yeah, it's okay, but I feel it could do. I could even run it physical if necessary, but I feel I could do a lot better. She knew the solar beam was coming. She ate the berry. The berry didn't protect her. The Rindo berry didn't protect her enough, and Neptune is gone. And I know I'm segueing between two different battles here. Expect it. It's just because I'm trying to also explain what happened this week, but I'll probably explain it more when I actually go into the actual team we're running this week, so you can sort of get a mindset of what we're trying to do. Thunderbolt Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is not going to take much damage of that. It's just... And then the sunlight's going to fade. I'm going to go for that little bit of a head... I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that thing Tyrantrum does best, which is Head Smash. No, I'm going to Earthquake. I predicted wrong. I didn't predict Momo was going to come back. And since most of my Tyrantrums are Choice Scarfed, then I might as well just switch out and go into Heracross. King of the Bugs. Or at least what I feel is King of the Bugs. I mean, look at him. Eating that right up. Yeah, it's got a special first drop, but now you're going to eat a Mega Horn, baby. Oh, yeah. Down goes the Rotom. And, of course, it's Moxie, therefore it's going to get its lovely little boost. In comes Tantor again. And I'm like, okay. I see what you're doing, Nikki. I see what you're doing. I don't mind losing my drop for this. Because I was pretty sure that Earthquake was coming. Let's see if I predicted right or she out-predicted me. I can't remember. Oh no, it's going to play rough. I didn't even know Donphan got that. Might be worth looking into. Anyway, Lizard Lad is going to start absorbing the light, this is like what happened with CYBERNightmares Regirock. It was at full HP, I hit it with a Solar Beam, and boom! It literally just destroyed it. So that's an example of what I did. That's pretty much what happened with Regirock, but that was like the first kill of the match. And now Lizard Lad's going to switch out. I'm not going to lose Charizard to Manectric. Tyrantrum's going to come straight back in, do what I did before, eat up the Thunderbolt that's coming. As predicted, and then I'm just going to kick up with an Earthquake again. Why risk the miss, sorry. And that's the end of the battle. Down goes Manectric. GG, Nikki. GG, I'm now going to show these guys our team that we put together. So, I need to change this bottom screen. Which is okay. Here you go. We're starting off with Young Turtle, which this week is Caracosta. We've run it with Stealth Rocks, Waterfall, Knockoff, Ironhead. We should have ran it with we should have run it with Aqua Jet, not Waterfall. It's carrying a Rindo Berry because of Whimsicott's Energy Ball. Hang on, let me just find it. I've got it all written there. No, wrong team. I got it down on Showdown as well, which I'll potentially just share screen so you guys get to see that as well. There you go. It'd be easy if I just did it through this. Okay, so this is what we were running. Young Turtle, 252 HP EVs in HP, 52 in attack, 100 in defense, and 100 in special defense to give it that little extra bulk. We also ran Impish with a Rindo Berry because of grass damage, which we were sure that he was bringing Venusaur basically, and this was to be ready for that. So next up, we've also got Young Lizard, the Charizard, which we're bringing this week as normal. It's got Dragon Pulse, Solar Beam, Reclaim for Blaze ability, which isn't really important for it. It's Charizard, why we ran it Timid with 252 speed, attack. Very standard Charizard, I feel. It is a very standard Charizard as normal. To which we then go into Young Bug, which is Heracross. This week we ran it Guts because I noticed in his past battles he was relying on Scold from Empoleon and things quite often. So we thought let's run it. Well, Nikki said that. Well, I said Nikki, since he's running it, since he's trying to burn things a lot with Scold, let's run it Guts. That way, if it happens, it happens, and we actually get a boost if it does get burned anyway. Luckily enough, it didn't even happen. Heracross was at full HP before the disconnect even happened. And it did, I think it successfully got a Mega Horn off, I can't remember. But very typical Heracross, very fast and very physical with a little bit of special defense. Next up, we have got Young Bird, which is Mandibuzz, which died early. I think it was like one of our first things that died after we took out Scooter's Stealth Rocket, which was in... I think it's, if I remember right, it's Rock Setter was Regirock. Once that went out, we had no reason to really keep it around. To which we let Scooter literally just destroy it with Electivire. If I remember right. Actually, what got the kill for that? Darn, Porygon. Yes. I can't, in that case, I don't actually know what killed Mandibuzz. I can't remember. I had it written down. I've lost it. I lost what I wrote down. But anyway, we ran it with a Yachi Berry, which has the damage taken from a super effective Ice attack, because like I said, we were prepping for Weavile. Weavile was the big threat that I saw in his team. But we're at 248 HP, 252 defense, and 8 on the special defense. With Foul Play, Defog, Roost, and Toxic, so we can Toxic out if we need to. Roost, and then Defog in case he got rocks up on us, and then Foul Play just for the extra bonus of actually getting some damage in. Next up, we got our MVP, I feel, which is Tyrantrum. And we pretty much ran it with Dragon Claw, Crunch, Head Smash, Iron Head, obviously with a Choice Scarf because we want to be as fast as he can. He's going to carry that Rocket ability, which prevents him from taking any recoil damage unless it's from Life Orb or crashes. Very standard Tyrantrum set, 252 HP, 252 attack, and 4 wherever. Leaving us down to our final one. Young Dino was actually pretty good this week, so was Young Lizard, and now we go on to Young Brain, which is Uxie, which, as you can see, we ran it with Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, Heal Bell to sort of take advantage of any status effects he got on us. Very special attacking. That is not the EV spread that I had plugged in. Hang on, let me just get the correct EV spread. I got it jotted down here in the Discord tab. There you go, there's the updated tab. 252 HP, 156 in defense, and then 100 in special attack. We ran it bold, giving it defensive protection. No, not Headbutt, Heal Bell. There, we also ran it with Cobble Berry to take advantage, lessen half the damage from the Dark type moves. We gave it Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, so that special attack would do more than enough damage to take him out. So yeah, that was pretty much an insight to the team this week, and I pretty much used Showdown when we put a team together. So let me just get rid of that. And yeah, that was your MPA match week 10, as well as an explanation to what actually happened. And like I said, Uxie got a kill, Charizard got 3, Tyrantrum got 2. So it was a very impressive battle. I was very happy with the result. Naturally, why wouldn't I be? I mean, I got another win, which is quite handy to have at this point. We need to start racking up these wins. Anyway, that was your MPA Week 10, and now for Week 11, we've got one of what I feel is one of the strongest players in Blue Division, which is Lukey in the Beast Pokeballer of coach of the Dallas Star Raptors, and I will catch you all next week for that match. Until then, stay hard, stay hungry, peace, love, and hugs, and I will catch you all next week for MPA Week 11. And a big yeah, boy!